told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until
The first song I had to do. Now I'm back to doing music, and I have to come up with a song. I have to come up with a music video, and I have to come up with a flow of how I want to be going about this thing as well. And now I have contacts that I used to talk to 6 years ago, and things have changed and things have moved, and who do I talk to as well? So yeah, I talked to a friend of mine, Malcolm VX, who was part of Excalibur, who was part of my team, and I said, "Yo, bruh, I'm back to doing music. Can I have a beat? I can't pay for it." Well, check this out. So I'm coming back to doing music, and doing music is pricey because you need instrumentals, you need mixing, mastering, booking recording sessions. You need somebody to do your videos and stuff like that. And I don't really have a budget for it. And this is something we haven't set aside and spoken about with my wife about it. So I can't come up from the blue and just say, "Yo, I need this much thousands to get this across and this across." So I felt like one of the best things to do, or the best way to start, is to get favors from people that I used to work with as well. So I called Malcolm, a collaborator, a friend of mine who I used to be a part of Excalibur with, and I was like, "Yo, man, I need a beat." He's like, "Yo, I no longer make beats, man. I'm just mixing and mastering." I'm like, "Yo, but I need some mixing and mastering." He's like, "Yo, I got you. When you get some tracks done, I'll get you a few. But that's it. Next time, brother needs to pay." I'm like, "Yeah, I got you. So I called up Stretch, and Stretch is like, "Yo, I'm busy working on my project. I literally have no time. But otherwise, man, I support you. I'm glad you're back. Let's go." So I have a friend of mine. His name's Touch. So he's known me before even Excalibur. He's known me since my solo artist days. And ever since he's known me as the guy who's always writing stuff, getting stuff out. But his frustration is the past 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years has known me. He hasn't seen some solo body of work. And without fail, every 3 months, he would call me up from the blues like, "Yo, you written anything? When the track coming out?" For the 6 years I was gone, he was just like, "Yo, yeah, I get it, man. It's tough. Yo, I hear you, man. You're going through a rough patch and everything, but when the music coming out?" That's what he used to do. So this time I was like, "Yo, bro, I need a beat. Can you make a beat?" Because he used to mess with Fruity Loops. Hasn't played around with Fruity Loops in years as well, even though he pressures me. He hasn't played with Fruity Loops in years as well. So he's like, "Yo, I got you. You got something? You got a melody? You got something?" I'm like, "I don't have anything." So at that time, I went out shopping with my wife. And there's a usual thing I just sing to her every time. Like, okay, yeah, so I went out shopping with my wife, and she was like, "Okay, let me dress up to go shopping." And she came out and she was looking fly. So this is a usual thing I always sing to her that messes her up. And I always do it in like the most ridiculous way. Like, "Hey, baby, you look too fly. You look too fly. How do you get so fly? You don't even have a wings, but you look too fly." So I always do that, and it pisses her off all the time. So I always used to tell her that, "Yo, I can make like a dope song out of this." She's like, "Nah." I'm like, "You look fly, girl, you look fly, but you don't have the wings. One day." I used to do those ridiculous things. And she's like, "Get out of here with these things." I was like, "Yo, I can make a dope song." So that time I just realized, yo, I need a song. Let me make this into a song. So that's how it became a song. And I didn't have much, man. I didn't have much. It's been a while, tried to get the juices across. So I wrote it up. I did the melody. I called my boy Touch. I was like, yo, Touch, we need to get this down. We need to get this down. I gave him the melody. He's like, yo, I think that sounds nice, but I don't have, let me come to you. So Touch works Monday to Saturday. And he's always tired. He's always preoccupied. The only free time he had was when was the only free? The only free time he had was on a Sunday. So he comes on a Sunday, and this time, so Touch is married. He's been married for almost 10 years. I was his best friend. I was best man at his wedding. His best man at my wedding. So Touch, he's got a young kid. And basically on a Sunday, that's his free day. But also that's his daddy day as well. Anyway, so that's his free day. It's his free day, so we come through. He's got his kid with him, Jediah, and so we started to make beats and stuff. So the kid's on the phone and playing the games, and we're on the keyboard and on the MIDI keyboard and on the laptop, just trying to figure out those patterns and those loops, and just trying to say, oh, come up with that melody. And Jediah sees that, whoa, this is boring. That's exciting. So he runs over and tries to take over the keyboard and tries to do what he does. And now we're trying to make everything with the laptop. And bear in mind, he's also, even though he always bothers me about making music and stuff, he hasn't made music in years as well. So he's still figuring out his sounds and everything on Fruity Loops. And it becomes a crazy problem. But anyway, so we get some kind of melody going on, something fun, and we're like, okay, cool, but it's not finished. And so he goes home and tries to finish it whenever he gets free time. That takes about a month. And he sends me something somewhat finished, and now I need to record it. So I try recording it myself. I try figuring out. I got a laptop, I'm just trying to figure it out, but it's not sounding good. I need somebody who knows what they're doing, because I'm trying to come out good. I'm not trying to come out very mediocre and stuff. So I called my boy Fego. Fego owes me a favor as well. Also one of the guys I used to do music with back in the days. So I'm like, yo, I'm coming back to doing music. Can you help? I just need to record this. So he's also family man, also works full-time, busy on weekends. The only time he had was lunch break from work. So it's like he could squeeze like an hour 15 at max. So we said, okay, let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do that hour 15. So we jumped in, and as soon as we got home, his daughter's like, Daddy! And she thinks it's daddy time. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going to be another interesting one as well, which it was. It was very interesting. So every time we try and record, she would jump in the room, get in the room, and like, Dad, look! Bring broken something and say, I didn't do it! And I'm like, okay, yeah, we grown. 7 years ago, 7 years ago, it wasn't like this. Now, we got some extra dynamics in this piece. I'm like, okay, I see where we at. This is Bali rap right now. This is daddy rap. I see where we at here. So anyway, yeah. So we chop it up, and we had some back and forths. Maybe a few things that needed to be redone. Found another lunch break that we could finish it off, and came back and finished it off. Then I sent it to Malcolm. I was like, oh, yo, Malcolm, do this. Malcolm took probably 2-3 months, maybe a couple back and forths, just trying to get this thing ready, and he's just like, I don't think this is my sound, because we were just struggling to get the sound right. So send it back to Fuego, and it was like, yo, man, you got to finish this off. You got to take it home. And yeah, he tried it, he just took it to the best of his ability. And I was just feeling like, one of the biggest things also with mental health that I needed to stop being is when it comes to normal life, like being alive, dressing up,